Hey there, this is my new channel, and I'll just be sharing about my interests and what I've been finding interesting, or just what I've learned in the week, or like anything interested in really. So, this video is about meditation. So, I've been meditating like quite frequently, like recently, and I've noticed a few advantages of doing so, and most of them are just advantages. So I've compiled them with what I've found online, and I'll be sharing those advantages with you guys. So what I've noticed is that I'm less emotionally reactive nowadays. What meditation does is that it lowers your reaction to certain negative emotions. So there was this study, if I'm remembering it correctly, there was a study where they took the people who meditated and the ones who did not. And these researchers, what they found out was that those people who were practicing meditation were able to disengage from emotionally disturbing images, and they were able to focus on cognitive tasks. The people who didn't meditate, however, they found it a lot harder to focus on cognitive tasks. So this is also something to like. This is a benefit that I've also noticed personally. It's a lot easier to focus on things, not because of the emotional things. Usually, I think naturally I was not someone who reacts a lot to emotions. I don't know why. Is that a bad thing? I think it is, but I'll discuss later why I've been able to focus more on cognitive tasks. Another advantage is the reduced stress levels. So mindfulness has shown to reduce the size of the amygdala, and this is like true stuff. So I'm not like making up any like science here. It's there was like a study done. It was done on people who meditated for longer than like 22 minutes per day, and they did this for like 8 weeks straight in like one go, and their amygdalas were a lot smaller in volume. So I'll just add up some context here. The amygdala is that part of your brain which is responsible for like releasing stress hormones. So like a stress hormone like cortisol, usually when that is lowered, your stress level will obviously go down as well, and so that would mean that you can now handle difficult situations just the way they are without like having to do like a coping mechanism, like go and eat like ice cream to like boost your mood. And then you just like what do you say, like your progress in another goal went down because of that. So that's really something that like uh, reduce stress. That's what meditation does as well. This also means that I think you'd have reduced anxiety. You accept life as it comes your way, so you will end up reducing anxiety. I think this is because you are more comfortable with not being comfortable, if that makes sense. Because now you don't avoid the uncomfortable situation, and you don't like analyze the situation like a normal like non-meditator would. And I think one more thing, I think I'm missing something, right? So sleep, I would say sleep. Mindfulness will strengthen like your mind muscle. So it will be easier for you to identify negative thoughts that will potentially mess up with your sleep quality like further on. And meditation, you like observe like your environment or your thoughts, and like without judgment, right? So you can just let them pass by. That's what you can do. You have more control, so you can just fall asleep easier. And because you have more control in like of the situation, you can also improve your relationships because of meditation or like mindful practices. Like in a mindful communication, what you do is you're actively listening to what the other person is saying, instead of like thinking something else while not paying your fullest attention to their words. This happens a lot with me actually. I like someone talks about me, if it's like important person to me, I think about what I should. So there's this one incident that happened, right? So there was this like CEO and founder of like a big company, like, and I got the opportunity to finally like talk to him. I was excited and also nervous, and because I was not practicing like mindfulness at that time, what happened was that I just thought about what I should ask him next, and ah, नंतर 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 अरे काही नाही नंतर थांब ना मी काहीतरी रेकॉर्ड करतोय ना. Okay, sure, go from okay, let's go. Ooh, okay. Okay, good. I think like now I think my camera mount is secure. Okay, don't fall down. I wanted to like ask him questions about like how I can get my business started and all of that, just for advice. And so I was thinking about questions at a time like that because I couldn't really, just observe this information. He told me something really valuable, but I forgot because I was thinking about what I would ask him and how he would think of me. My mindfulness gets rid of all of these like nonsense, like unwanted emotions and feelings. You just in more control, better control of them overall. In like normal conversations, also, when you're not with like a high profile person. Oh shit! Score some reminder, man. To like read my book. Yeah. Anyways, so with a normal person, you would be like, I don't know, you could like judge them, or you could just think about something else. Maybe they just came along. Maybe you're doing something else, right? So you don't focus on their words. This is what happens a lot as well. And not doing so means that you don't understand their perspective, right? A mindful personal person will understand their perspective, which will increase your and their trust, the trust between you two. And mindfulness will make you someone who is more compassionate, kind, patient, empathetic, grateful. I think even more emotionally like stress resilient, and like so on, lots of other things, which basically means that you are a better person. So not only does the quality of your relationship increase, but your relationship is with a better person as well. Okay, so and you're like mentally clear, and you can make conscious choices and respond in a smarter manner in a conversation, in a relationship. That's why mindfulness helps in like social environments as well. Also because of increased presence, which I will discuss a bit later. Another thing is that attention. It increases attention. See, most people don't realize how messed up their attention span is. There are social media platforms like Instagram. So like the short form content on Instagram, it's Reels. There's TikTok as well. There's YouTube Shorts, right? That reduces the average human being's attention span and makes it less than like a like small like goldfish, which is like I think 7 second attention span, which is really bad. By meditation, what happens is that you actually what you're doing like technically is you focus on something, right? Like so, for example, um, your regular breath meditation, you focus on your breath as long as you can, right? Which means you strengthen your ability to pay attention to your breath, which will increase your attention span, right? And it will also reduce mind wandering, right? Because you're coming back to your breath or to the present moment whenever you realize that your mind has like wandered off to like thinking about something else. So this is also something you increase your attention, and it also increases presence because you come back to the present moment when you realize that your mind has wandered. And why being more present is important is because um, you're more aware of your surroundings, right? You're also a lot more creative this way. In breath meditation, you periodically like shift your focus on environmental sounds as well, right? Like birds chirping or on your like bodily sensations. Like you pay attention to how your butt is pressing against the surface bullet or something like that, right? Most mindfulness practices usually involve focusing on a particular activity, but to practice it to its fullest potential and to get more results out of it, you're actually supposed to pay attention to other things as well. So you're more present, you're more like inclusive of like other environmental factors like sounds or like lighting conditions, just things like that, and also like your emotions and all of that stuff. So the bodily things. So that's why. How can you become more mindful? There are few things that you can do. So some of the best meditation or mindfulness practices that I've done as someone who's just getting started along my mindfulness journey includes primarily breath meditations, but also walking meditations and body scans whenever I get the time. And another thing is, I just came to my mind, right? Mindfully eating is also something you can do. I'll talk about that in a second. In a breath meditation, all you have to do is you focus on your breath, and so this doesn't mean that you control your breath. This is like a big like misconception. When I was like a beginner, I went like no like I went to like control it. Yeah, that did like help. Like my thoughts were cleared off, and so it felt easier. But does you try not to do that. For the first few days, it's fine, but then try not to do that. You just have to pay attention to your breath. You're not controlling it. So each time you notice that you've been lost in thoughts, all you have to do is you return back to your breath. That's like as simple as it is, right? Another thing is a walking meditation. This would be you pay attention to the way that your legs are moving, like how they cross each other, this way, and also the feeling of touching the ground, the changes in environment. You look for like changes in lighting conditions as well. This is like a really good way to get to know environment better. And then mindful eating. This is also something that you should do, and it's very easy actually. It's as simple as just eating and observing your emotional and physical sensations that you realize when you're eating. It has been a like very long time since we have eaten something without being on our phones or laptops or without talking to our friends, right? That's how you're naturally supposed to eat. You're just supposed to like pay attention to it. Just feel it, like taste it, right? This is like the reason you just binge eat and everything. You have no control over it. You might even realize that you eat more, that you like on average you eat more just because you have like no control over it, no observation over it. Then lastly is like a body scan. This is where you observe and experience bodily sensations that appear in different parts of your body, and you one by one, like one part at a time, you experience bodily sensations that appear in different parts of your body. So, if for example, jaw, what else? It could be shoulder, it could be arm, like this one, and that will be like this one, and then this also, my hands too, right? Fingers, like one by one, and then thighs, under thighs, the shins, the calves, and then like your like lower abdominal region, and then your chest. So things like even your back, right? You go zigzag. Just imagine like a zigzag pattern on your back, something like this. And this is like a very good thing to do if you're not able to fall asleep due to excess thoughts. This happens to me a lot, right? I just like scan my body. It's like easier to fall asleep. Not easier, I would say, but faster. Being lost in thoughts is just like sometimes a negative thought comes and then you just messed up. Sleep is just gone, right? So that's why this is like good idea to improve your sleep quality. And so you just try to incorporate these practices in your life, really, like wherever like it is possible. They have like many advantages, mindful practices, right? I have not spoken about everything. I think this video is already too long. I don't want it to be longer, right? And I would suggest you just get started by doing a breath meditation every day for a minimum of like 8 to 10 minutes. Like you could do like five if you're like your attention span and everything is like really bad. If your mental health is really bad, so start with five. Like make sure you just do it daily. So if you want to form the habit for like five, like I mean sorry, like daily, you could do it like based on a duration. Like just reduce it when you don't feel like it, and increase it when you feel like it. Or you can do like the 2 minute rule, which is where you say that you're just gonna do it for 2 minutes, but then you do it for like 10 or how much ever you can handle. Sometimes like you don't like really feel like doing it, but when you do it, you can just do it easily. Sometimes you don't feel like doing the whole thing, so you just quit after 2 minutes. This is like how you can get more consistent on breath meditation. So as a beginner, I think you can use a app on your phone. I'll find a good free one, and I'll put it down in the description. You can use that. It's not sponsored, obviously. Like channel with like what, no subscribers. How would it be like sponsored or anything like that, right? So yeah, I think this is what you can do to become more mindful. Um, these are like many practices that will help you become more mindful. Walking meditation, breath meditation, I think help me like more. These all of these like features and everything, like the ones I mentioned, right? Like walking meditation, like body scans. I'll try to find the app that has all of these, and yeah, so just try to do them. Like try to do it for at least like 30 days. You'll form the habit. You just more control of situations, and you have all these positive mental health benefits. And so that's why it's really good for you to be able to, think for yourself in hard social situations, not not freak out and all of these things. So that's why it's like a better idea to be mindful. Just spend like a few minutes every day to become mindful. You can do it before you sleep, or it could be like a better idea to start like a body scan for just like for night time before you sleep. That will be easier to like if you find that easier, like sure, and then you slowly like increase it. And so then you can increase the duration, or you could slowly what you do is mindful eating today. Okay, tomorrow, like after a few days, I can do the body scan, then the meditation, then things like that. Actually, and I don't recommend using a app when you get at the advanced level. So I know I told you like you should use like guided meditations. But the thing is, meditation is about your ability to return back to the present moment, or like on your breath, or focusing on the environment, or like your body, whatever, right? It's about that. And an app is like it guides you, it tells you when to do that. This is meditation is about your ability, or mindfulness in general is about your ability to return back to that moment, to become more aware of that moment, to become more present, to do like the activity that you're being mindful of, if that makes sense. An application will help for beginners, as you're just focusing on like you just want to get to know the thing better, right? How to actually do this practice. So for that, like first few months, I would suggest like an app is good. After that, definitely don't use app, especially for advanced people. It's always better to have like normal like phone timer or something. You just always like you're increasing your ability to focus on that particular meditation. because like there's no one guiding you, so you have that like free will. And so I think you should start implementing some of these or any more that you find for like being more mindful. It's really important. If you like find anything hard, anything that I mentioned, you find it difficult to do, just like let me know, just comment to me, right? And I'll try to help you. But if there's anything more that you can try, you can try that as well. Any other mindful activities, just like for now I think it's better to just go with one activity, because you have to get in the habit first. And this, I think everyone should be doing this on a daily basis. It's really not a good thing to not do it on a daily basis, really, because you're sacrificing a lot. You see, like I mentioned before, is the sleep, is all of the mental health stuff, is like stress, anxiety, and like discipline as well. You have better self control as well. There's a lot of benefits basically. It's like it's a really good practice, all of them really. And like you just feel so clear mentally. And so yeah, I think you should really check it out. And yeah, I think that's all I had for this video.